20 movies that did 100% better than what they expected in 2024. We're going to start from June. Now, some of these movies I have seen, some of these movies I have not seen. So let's just jump right on in. So, 2024 was a good season for the movie theaters. We're going to start off with, let me get some stuff closed down here so I have more resources. Give me one sec. Like when you live stream from ABO, it lags down your computer to the point of where you can't do anything. So, okay, we're gonna start with Bad Boys: Ride or Die. This was June 7th. Seen it? Ride or Die did awesomely well. 56 million opening day. Domestically, 1,093,000. Internationally, 2,010,000.5. A grand total of 4.4 million. So it was number one for 6 days, and then went from number one to number two, and then kept falling. So what did Ride or Die do with Rotten Tomato? Let's see. I am going there right now. I am putting it in the search. I am putting it in the search, and it is thinking. I gotta get a list for you guys. Give me one sec. Ride or Die, Bad Boys for Life, did 65 of a tomato. That's not bad. For the amount of money that they made, I wish they would have put a bucket with this movie. I really do. Anything that has Will Smith in it, it does phenomenally. Now, it was 65 of a popcorn meter. That means the meter didn't go that far. 97 of a hot popcorn bucket. That means that bucket was overflowing. So, number 20 is Ride or Die for Life. And that is going to come in at number 20. Give me one second. Number 19. I'm doing something so I don't have to. I'm not. Trying to get. I had the numbers to where I was the movies and the damn thing. Okay, number 19. And yes, I did see this one. This one was also up here. I'm gonna put my paddle on the floor. This one was also up here, The Wet Watchers. Now, this one was a creepy ass movie, and I kind of liked it, and I was hoping to see more. It did first day opening $70 million. I wish I had $7 million. Domestically, 19.7 or 19 million. Internationally, 13.9 million. A grand total of 32.9 million. It was ranked on the 7th of June, number 20. Then Saturday it dropped from number 3 to number 5 and kept dropping. Stayed there and then kept dropping. It played in 3,551 theaters, and according to what Rotten Tomatoes says about the Watchers, and I'm going there right now. It did a splat. I mean, this fell on its face. But why did it fall on its face if it made over 17 million? Wait, let's go back. It made 32 million. So 51 of a popcorn spillage. That means that some moron in the theater spilled all this popcorn on the theater floor, and somebody threw a tomato at the movie screen. Nice. My thoughts: it was an interesting movie, and it wasn't from the United States. It was from overseas. So the Watchers goes in because it made 32 million in one from when I first did this, I didn't think it was going to make that much. I didn't think it was going to make anything. So at number 19, The Watchers goes in on the list. So number 18, this one was also up here. Give me one sec. This one was also up here, and I gotta find it. This one, we're still in June. I'm cruising through June right now. Inside and Out 2, which came with a bucket. So, Inside and Out 2 was the hottest movie. Top number one movie in all of the United States, over around the world. Opening day. And this is opening day. It played in 4,440 theaters. Opening day, it made 1,054,000. Domestically, 65.2 million. Internationally, over 1.030 million. Grand total of over a million. Over $3 million, $16 million. And it was number one from the 14th, June 14th through June 27th. Went to number 2 on Friday, and then went right back up for another few days, and then stayed at number 2 for a while. What did Rotten Tomatoes say? What did they say about Inside and Out 2? Well, let's go see. And I wish I could share this with you guys. I wish I could do it, but until I build my new computer, this is how it's going to be. 90 of a meter. That means it was a nice, crisp tomato that everybody cherished. 90 of a tomato meter and 95 of a hot bucket of popcorn. That means that everybody just kept coming out and they kept filling that bucket, kept filling that bucket, kept filling that bucket. So, Inside and Out 2 comes in at number 18 on the list. Number 17. And this, we're still in June. Give me one sec because it's not responding. And chat room is open, so if you want me to look up a movie, I can look that movie up for you and let you know. June 21st, The Bikers. The Bikers. Not for kids, but it was a good movie. The Bikers did opening day 9.6 million. So they did did a lot. Domestically 21.7 million, internationally 14.2 million, and worldwide 35.9 million. It was number 3 from Friday, June 21st till June 26th. It was number 1 and then started dropping off. So, what did Rotten Tomatoes say about the Bikers? I mean, this was Tom Hardy. It had a few other guys that I've actually got to see their movies, got to realize what they did, what they wanted to do with their life. And a grand total of 81 of a fresh tomato. Tomato was just picked off the vine. And 75 of a popcorn bucket. So, my thoughts about it, you can watch this on Peacock, Fandango, and Prime, and Apple TV. Now, my thoughts, this was a movie where everybody has been through this. You're trying to get out in the world, trying to see the world, and then you have a bunch of hoo-has that want to step in on your toes. So, The Bikers comes in at number 17 of a very, very good tomato. Had to put more numbers down. Number 16, and this one I also did see. Come on. The Exorcism. This one was also in the theaters up here, and this one brung in. This one actually did not. It was rated R. It only played in 2,240 movies. Opening day, it made 2.4 million. Internationally or domestically, 4.5 million. Internationally, 2.1 million or 5.1 million, and a grand total of 9.6 million. And it did not go up above. It stayed between 8 and 6. According to what Rotten Tomatoes says about this one, give me 1 second. It's loading. I can't wait until I get to number 1. It's going to get better and better as I go. So, okay, while we're waiting for that, this one goes in at number 16 on the list. So, we're still talking about the Exorcism. And that one did not do as well as the first one that this gentleman has done. 28 of a splat. That means somebody took a tomato and threw it at the screen again. Great. More cleaning. 36 of a popcorn bucket. So that means that you had one person in the movie theater throwing the tomatoes at the screen, and you had another one dumping their popcorn bucket around. My thoughts about it, the guy that played in this for The Exorcism, Russell Crowe, he is one of the people that I would watch any of his movies if I could, and keep watching them over. But because it stayed at number 6 to number 8, it goes in the record it goes on the list. The next one, and we're still in June, and we're still in June. I'm looking for the next one I did see. A Quiet Place #1, or One Day. I did get to see this, and this one, because I've seen both of them, Quiet Place, One Day. It opening day, it made $52.2 million. That is opening day, and this was a Paramount Plus video or movie. Domestically, 1,038.9 million. Internationally, 1,022.5. First one's 8.9. The second one is 1,022.5. Worldwide, 2,061.5. So this one did a lot, and this was number 2 to number 1 to number 3. So, Quiet Place, a One Quiet Place. What did this one get on the tomato meter? Okay, here we go. 68 of a fresh tomato. That means that you had everybody in there having their tomatoes. Nobody was throwing them at the screen. And you had a nice 73% of a bucket. So that means that somebody kept going out and filling up their bucket over and over and over. My thoughts, this was a very, very good movie. You can watch this in theaters on Fandango, Video Prime, Paramount Plus, and Apple TV. So it was a very, very good movie, and this one goes in at number 15. So we're not done yet. We're only on number 14. So let me see. What's the next one? One Day Quiet Place. This one I have not done. Hazo's American Saga. I have not done that because I did not get to see the second one. So we're going to skip that one. Ditto. This one I did get to see, and this one, if anybody has went through this, or Daddy-O, if anybody has went through this, this one was a very good movie. It didn't do really good at the money. 1,024 opening day. Domestically, 9,075. Internationally, 1,015. A grand total of 1 million even. 1 million some change. This one did not go above number 1, but I think it's because it only played in 683 theaters. So what did Ditto do at on Rotten Tomato? What did Ditto do? Ditto do. Well, it's loading right now. It did a grand total of 77% of a nice tomato. That means that nobody was throwing their tomatoes at the screen again. And 89 of a bucket. That means that 89,000 people went out and got more popcorn because they loved the movie. It goes in at number 14 as one of the best movies that I've ever seen. I wish that it would have stayed in theaters. I wish that that the movie theaters would have said, okay, something's not right here. More people are actually watching this movie, and we need to put it in more theaters. Sony Pictures, you need to get your head in the game. that was a good movie. And when you have a company like Rotten Tomatoes say it's a good one, then you know it's a good movie and that you need to open it up to more theaters. So, next one. And it's not going to let me. Oh, there we go. So, the next one. Um, Expendables 4. This was. Now we're in July. We are in July. Goodbye, June. Goodbye. This is July, and I love this one. This one did come with a bucket, and I do have it. Opening day, $75 million. This played in 4,428 theaters. This was July 3rd, 2024. It was number one for 3 weeks. It dropped off, but picked back up. Domestically, 3,000 or 360 million. I think I'm saying this right. Internationally, 5,992 million. The worldwide, 953.3 million. And what did our lovely Rotten Tomatoes say about it? Well, let's go and look. I should have done all. I should have. What I'm gonna do next time when I do this is I'm gonna do a snapshot and then you guys can see it. So, Expendables 4. It did 56 of a splat. That means, well, great. Here we go again. We have people throwing their tomatoes at the frickin' screen. Stop that. 88% of a popcorn bucket. So that means that some people liked it and some people didn't. But it was number one on the rank sheet for at least a week and a half. Maybe week to 2 weeks and a half. So it goes in at number 13 on the list. So number 12. And my mouth is starting to get dry, but we're going to keep going. Number 12. Number 12. Give me number 12. Number 12. Okay, we're in July, so let's go into July. Maxine. My sweet Maxine. She did pretty good. And this is a Hollywood actor, film star that basically wants payback and gets, a big break. Opening day, 6.7 million. Domestically, 15.0 million. Internationally, 6.9 million. Worldwide, 22.0 million. So what did Maxine do at Rotten Tomato? Let's go and see. The movie did 73 of a nice tomato. That means nobody was throwing their tomatoes and everybody was loving the movie. 87% of a popcorn bucket. That's pretty good. My thoughts, I hope they make a part 2 to this because there's something that was missing. And I'm going to tell you, you have to go and watch it. You can watch this still on Fandango, Prime, and Apple TV. So, Maxine, she goes in at number 12 on the list. Number 11. Number 11. Oh, I had the wrong one. And this, you can go to Mojo Box Office Mojo, and this is through MIDD Pro. You can go there and you can look up any of the actors that I've actually talked about, any of the movies, and you can look up the people that do the movies. You can look them up and see what movies that they got coming out as well. So, that is it for July, up until July 5th. So we're gonna be going now. We're done with June. We're going into July, 4th of July. So we did that one. Okay, now we are in July. I don't think there was. Oh, yep. Here we go. Fly me to the moon. Kiss me underneath the stars. And this one, I did not see this one doing anything. This was number 5 to number 4 on the rank list. It did 9.4 million opening day. 9.4. Internationally, 20.5 million. Domestically, let me start that over. Domestic 20.5 million, internationally 21.5, and a grand total of both 42.111. So this one was the hot movie. When I went to go see this, let's just say that the theater was packed. And when I mean it was packed, it was packed. 65 of a nice ripe tomato. Nobody was throwing their tomatoes, thank God. 90 of a hot bucket. That means that people kept going out and filling their buckets up. Kept taking all the popcorn from everybody else. My thing about this one was one movie that I would give a 5-star, even if the people that were in it did not even do it. This one ranks right up there with the other one that I'm going to be talking about. So, Fly Me to the Moon goes in at number 11. Number 10, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end. We are getting close to the end. We're going to probably stop in mid-August, and then I'm going to be doing another top 20 so that until we get up to September. So, the next one. And no, there was no cows that flew over the moon, so stop that. Long Legs. This was a creepy movie, but you know what? I liked it. And this one didn't do too bad either. This one stayed right up in there. Opening day, it did 22.4 million. Not bad. And this was by Neon. 74 million domestically, 34 million point 8 domestically, internationally, and worldwide 1,008 million 9 million. This one stayed between 2, 3, and 4 on the rank, and then started falling back as it went off. It did make some profit on certain days, but what did it do at Rotten Tomato? What did it do at Rotten Tomato? Oh, I had to get a soda. Oops, my bad. It did 95 of a fresh tomato and 60 of a bucket. So that means that people like this movie. I love this movie. I love creepy horror movie, thriller movies that come out. So this one goes in at number 10. long legs. Number 9. And this was if you pursue a serial killer that was FBI agent undercover series. Has included that she has been involved in a terrifying spree of killing sprees. Is what the movie title is in the description. So, what was the next movie that I seen? That was in July. Not many came up here. And I wish that some did, because some of them were pretty good. The next one, June 19th, July 19th, Twister. Oh no, Annie M. It was a Twister. This one did opening day, 81 million. Point 2. Globally or internationally, 2,064.5 million. Internationally, 1,204 million. Worldwide, $3,069.9 million. And this one went from number 1 to number 2 to number 3 to back to number 1. But what did it do at Rotten Tomato? What did it do at Rotten Tomato? Let's see. Boom! 90 or 75 of a beautiful tomato. 91 of a hot bucket. That means that the bucket was just overflowing with popcorn. Overflowing. I think they need to make a number 2 for this one. I don't think they're done with this one. You can still watch this in some theaters and on Fandango and on Apple TV. So, my thoughts, this was an awesome movie. If you ever seen the first one, you will like the second one. So, number 9, Twister goes in at number 9. Next up, and I gotta sit back. Next up on the list, we're getting very, very close to the end. ODDITY. I don't know how to say it, so do not ask me. Opening day, it sucked at opening day. 5,062.333. It did make a little money. 1.2 million internationally, 1,038. A grand total of 1,000,003. This one, it did make the top 10. That's why I'm putting this one in there. For 3 days, it stayed at 9 and then dropped back down the list. But because it was at number 9 for 3 days, it will go in at number 8. So, we only have a handful. We are not even half past way, and we only have a handful, and we got a lot more movies to go. So, the next movie, I think July is going to be the next movie is going to be the last one, and then I'll pick up on the next one. So, let's see what else movies did I see. Deadpool versus Wolverine. Awesome movie. Would hope that it would go back into theaters one more time. Come on, Regal. Send it back. Opening day, 2,011,004. Domestically, 6,031.2 million. Internationally, 6,098.9 million. Worldwide, over I do not know how to say that, and I don't even want to know. But the number is over 10. I think it's 10,021,000. I think that's how you do it. Deadpool versus Wolverine stayed at number 1 to number 2, back to number 1 the whole time that it was until September 12th. It stayed at number 2 to number 1. But there's a catch to that. The reason why it went from number 1 to number 2, there's a catch to that. So, what did Deadpool versus Wolverine do at Rotten Tomato? And if you ever had watched any of Ryan Reynolds movies, the guy's he's not on this level. He's way up there. So Rotten Tomatoes says 87 of a bucket. 87 of a bucket. Fresh tomato 87, and 94 of a hot bucket. That means that bucket was overflowing. Oh, we got another overflowing bucket. Oh no. So Deadpool versus Wolverine goes in at number 2. So that one goes in at number 2. So what was number 1? What was number 1? Can you guess? Come on. Somebody guess. What was number 1? Because we still have a few more to go. The next movie that I did see is Harold and the Purple Crayon. Yes, he had the Purple Crayon. I think this one did come with a bucket or something, but I'm not sure. Opening day, it did 6 million even. Domestically, 17.6 million. Internationally, 10.7 million. A grand total of all of them together of 28.4 million. And this one was number 6 to number 8 to number for a week and a half, I think. It was at 95 to 6. But according to what Rotten Tomatoes says, and I don't understand this, how could it be 26 of a splat? That means that more people were throwing their damn tomatoes at the screen. Stop that. That's no. But 92 of a popcorn bucket. That means that bucket. Some people were throwing their tomatoes, and some people were getting more popcorn to throw at the screen. But it was a hilarious movie indeed. So, Harold and the Purple Crayon goes in at number 3 on the list. Give me one sec. Okay, back to this. Okay, Harold and the Purple Crayon. That goes in at number 3. I'm going to say number 5. This one goes in at number 5. The Trap. This one, I don't understand it. I didn't understand it at all. But it did make some money. 15.4 million opening day. This one ranked number 3 to number 4. Number 3 to number 2 for a couple days. Internationally, or domestically, 42.7 million. Internationally, 39.7 million. And a grand total of both of them together of $82.4 million in the whole. But Trap did at Rotten Tomato It did. It did 57 of a splat. That means more people were throwing their tomatoes. 65 of a popcorn bucket. So that was pretty good. And it was an interesting movie. So Trap, that goes in at number 7. Because it did it did try to creep up there, but I think because it was a Warner Brothers, it was rated PG-13. It did have some violence in it. I don't think people realized of what they were watching. So Trap goes in at that number. The next one. Now we are in August. So we're now in August. We've flew by through June and July and August and June. Now we are in August. August. And this one had a whole bunch of movies I went and seen. I wanted to see Boot Camp, but that one did not come up here. It Ends With Us. This one was a true story, 100% true story, and it did make a lot of people realize what some people do go through. So, Ends With Us. What did it do? What did it do? Well, we're going to go to Rotten Tomato first. We're not going to do the money first. We're going to go to Rotten Tomato. Change things up a little bit. 91 of a bucket. That means the popcorn was overflowing the bucket. 57 of a splat. So that means that some people did like the movie and some people didn't like the movie. I love the movie. 50 million. 50 opening day. 1,747 million.9 domestically. Internationally, 1,092.6 million, a grand total of 3,405 million, and it went from number 1 to number 2 to number 3. It stayed up there, stayed, and finally dropped on September 11th, 2024. So, It Ends With Us goes in at number 4 on the list. We only have 3 more movies. 3 more movies. What is number 1? What is number 1? So, Borderland. That was another one that came up here. This one did have a bucket. The bucket was kind of cool. So let's see what Borderland did. A lot of people I talked to said that it was kind of like the game, but it was kind of like mocking the game. But opening day, 8.6 million. Domestically, 15.4 million. Internationally, 17.1 million. A grand total of all of them combined together is $32.6 million. So, what did it do on Rotten Tomato? What did it do? It did nothing. A splat in a popcorn bucket splat tip over. Me, I'm gonna give them both 50 of a tomato in a bucket, because if it does that good with money, then there's obviously some people that didn't like the movie. So that one does go, because it stayed at number 4 to number 9 for a few weeks. That one goes in at number 6. And we only have 2 more movies to go. 2 more movies to go. And the next one is Kluku. I think that's how you say it. This one also did pretty good. 3.0 million. Domestically, 6.2 million. Internationally, 4,062. A grand total of them together of 6.6 million. And what it do on Rotten Tomato? What it do? It did 78% of a tomato, a nice fluffy tomato, and 62% of a popcorn bucket. So this one goes in at number 5. And this one was a very, very good movie. And now, the number 1 movie of 2024. Oh, I'm getting shivers. I'm getting shivers. The number 1 movie that came out in August. And I'm skipping a lot of them because this one is still making a lot of talk. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, where is it? Where is it? It's coming. Okay, it's not in August, so that's gonna be saved for the next one. But the number 1 movie that was hot at the box office and did a very, very good. No, wasn't that one. Give me one sec, cause I gotta look, because there were so many of them that did really good. Um, um, Blink Twice is your number 1 movie of all times for 2024. It did 73.7.3 million opening, 22.9 domestically, 45.1 internationally, and a grand total of them all together 86 million. And this one stayed between 4 to 5 until something else knocked it out. Blink Twice also did a very good 74 of a fresh tomato and 70 of a popcorn bucket. So Blink Twice goes in at the number 1 for the first one of 2024. Now, I'm going to be doing another one in a couple days of all the movies that I have seen. That is your top 20 movies. Ride or Died, The Watchers, Inside and Out 2, The Bikers, The Exorcism, The Quiet Place number 1, Ditto, Expendables 4, Maxine, Fly Me to the Moon, Long Legs, Twister, I don't know how to say that, Trap, Borderland, Clue, It Ends With Us, Harold and the Purple Crayon, Deadpool, and Blink Twice is your top 20 movies. Now, I could keep going and going because there was a lot of movies that were good, but that is your top 20 for this live. I will be doing a top 20 again in a couple days, and we're going to continue from this one. And a lot of them were really good, and a lot of them were really sad. But that is it for me today. These will be uploaded, and I will see you guys all later. Please take care. Remember, stay safe. And my heart does go out to the men and women in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and if there's states I've missed, those too. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and click the like button if you like any of these movies. I'll see you guys next time.